eNCA is commemorating the life and times of struggle activist Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu. He was convicted of common purpose murder under the apartheid government and hanged in 1979. Well, eNCA's Aviwe Mtila is in Mamelodi West at Mahlangu's gravesite. Let's find out what the plan is for today. Aviwe, good morning. And I suppose let's just start first with just explaining the significance of today's event, the commemoration of Solomon Mahlangu and what he means to South Africans.
It's a young struggle stalwart who gave his life, Yuveka, for the cause of freedom. I just want to touch on two things that happened around his death. Remember when he was hanged some 41 years ago by the apartheid government? He was part of the last people to be hanged, the last group to be hanged. And then after his death, you'd remember the worldwide uproar just around the hangings in South Africa, which led to the stopping of hanging. So he was part of the last bunch. And at that time, the second point that I want to touch on, that he was only 22 years old, the youngest political activist to be hanged by the apartheid government and its brutality. I am at his gravesite at this very moment, and you'd remember his famous words that have reverberated and basically spoke of his relentless struggle and what he was willing to do for the freedom that we somewhat have today. His gravesite is written, "My blood will nourish the tree that will bear the fruits of freedom. Tell my people that I love them. They must continue the fight. Aluta continua." A 22-year-old, as he was walking, taking those 52 steps to the gallows where he would be hanged. Those were the words, in fact, that he had said. And written just here also is that your blood has indeed nourished the tree of freedom. So you can see how relentless he was and willing to give up his own life. A 22-year-old arrested at 20. That time he was Konto Wesizwe activist, also exiled to Mozambique as well as Angola, and then on his way back to South Africa, the three of them basically apprehended by police, but two of them ran away, and that's where the allegations of the murder happened. So today he will be remembered after 41 years that he was hanged to the day today.
So how do we remember him 41 years later?
So we're expecting a lot of dignitaries, especially around the African National Congress and their different branches and different aspects of the ANC. We know the Youth League is going to be here, ANC Youth League. The UCOSAS is going to be here, SASCO is going to be here, giving messages of support to the family, to the Mahlangu family, as well as the SACP, the alliance partners, and COSATU themselves will be here among the dignitaries that will be here, which will also include Minister Nathi Mthethwa, as well as the ANC DSG Jesse Duwata. We're expecting the laying of the wreath to take place any moment from now. It was expected to start at 9 o'clock, but the delegates are slowly trickling in. I'm not sure if my colleague Shahid can just show you around as the delegates arrive here, slowly trickling in. It's a bit of a stretch from the gate, so people are just walking and they're doing the final touches and preparations, and the wreaths are already on the ground and expected to be laid here, given those messages of support. And then later on there will be a lunch commencing at the Mahlangu family. Remember, he was born here, grew up here, spent most of his life here, and then dedicated his young life to the struggle itself to ensure that his sacrifices reap the rewards, lead to freedom itself.
Well, Aviwe, you mentioned his family. Who is Solomon Mahlangu survived by? Who are you expecting from the family at today's event?
Well, the family itself, we expect, we understand, is from here, Mamelodi, Pretoria. So the family is expected here. We're not sure who exactly will be there, but we understand earlier on they were at Kgosi Mampuru prison as well, there with the dignitaries, where remember when he mentioned those powerful words around his death and what his death, his blood should do for the future of the country, taking those 52 steps to the gallows where he was eventually hanged. So there was an early commemorative ceremony happening at Kgosi Mampuru prison. Now that delegation is making its way here, including the Minister Nathi Mthethwa and ANC DSG Jesse Duwata among the family, joining the family, in fact, as they make way here, where the wreath-laying ceremony will happen, not only for him, but for also President Sefako Makgato here at the Mamelodi West Cemetery.
All right, Avi Mtila and Mamelodi West there at the commemoration, the remembrance of Solomon Mahlangu, such an important figure that his memory needs to be kept alive. Well,